For more content like this, log on to gibbopresents.com.
It's Gibbo, and right now I'm joined by a composer, songwriter, and artist here to discuss his career and success to date. It is Eesah. Eesah, thanks for taking time to chat. How are you?
Blessings every time, man, Gibbo. You know, it's always a welcome being here to speak with you, you know. So, we give thanks for this opportunity again, you know. So right now we are just chilling home and always making music, you know. I just finished Build a Rhythm and just chilling right now and going back in the studio soon to write a song. So it's always work.
From the outside looking in, I would certainly say that 2017 has been a successful year for you, but how would you sum up the year, and are you satisfied with the progress you've made?
You know, you wouldn't say satisfying, you know, because we will never stop grow. You know, we're always growing. So it was a learning experience for me. You know, so like going there and being able to do so much throughout here, you know, and it's things that I put in place and said, these are things I want to achieve by here, finish. So we really set goals and go for them, you know. So that was one of the main points for the year, and it was a very successful year for me, as you said, you know.
So what were those goals that you went into 2017 with?
Well, trying to get the music more publicized, you know, where we get more people in tune with what we're trying to bring forward, the message we're trying to get out right now. So that was one of the main focus, you know, to get more people attraction towards the music and the movement, and also being different, you know, trying to make a difference in music with a different sound, a different image, a different approach towards business side of the music, you know. So that was one of the next thing that we put focus in also.
How many singles did you release this year?
Well, we released 8 singles this year. Actually 9. Yeah, we released 9 singles this year. And all of them going well so far, you know. It was, as I said, a great year for me with releasing those songs and working with different producers and getting different experience out there with different DJs and different media personnel, you know. Yeah.
Was that the plan, to go with a succession of singles as opposed to an EP or a mixtape maybe? And if it was, what was the thinking behind that?
Yeah, it was definitely a plan, you know. We planned that we want to do it this way, you know, because it's not me alone, it's a team, you know, and the team agreed, said, okay then, before we put out an EP, we should do singles, you know, because the EP is too much content at once, you know. So we decided to give them something they can choose from and not too much. Yeah, so that was definitely a plan we went in with very hard and tried to execute that plan as much as we can, and we did execute the plan because we get more focus towards the music by doing singles, because you can't force things on people that they don't want, you know. You have to know what they want and what they don't want. So that was one of the things we were focusing on, also trying to find out what type of vibe and what type of message the people gravitate more to, you know. So we definitely find that groove and that message to bring it across to the young youths now.
Which singles do you think resonated the most with people out there?
Well, trust me, you know that one, it's Run Over Them, you know. Yeah, like every time someone link me, it's about Run Over Them. And then this recent one we just released called Tell No Lie, you know, it's creating more traction than I've ever expected. So more people linking me about Tell No Lie since we've released that track. Run Over still doing its thing, you know.
I have to say, Tell No Lie is probably my favorite, one of my favorite tracks for the whole year as well, and we'll touch back on that single again a little bit later on. You were part of Chronixx's recent Chronology Caribbean Tour. He's someone you've been close with for a number of years, so I'm guessing it wouldn't have been the biggest shock in the world, but what was your reaction when you were asked to open for him?
Trust me, it was so massive, you know, like, I couldn't express myself at the moment how happy I was, you know. I just had to try and hold that joy as much because I didn't want to come off as someone too goofy, you know. So like, it was a great opportunity for me, and to know that Chronixx put that in place and set it so that I can open the show, so I can get a bigger audience to open my music to, you know. And it was so big, it's hard to explain because like, it's just love, man. You know, I really have to love and respect Chronixx for that opportunity every time on the Chronixx team, because if it wasn't for them, that wouldn't be put in place. You know, they actually go and say, okay, they talk to all the sponsors and say, yeah, this is how we want it to go. So it was a major opportunity for me. And working with Chronixx over the years, you know, like, he saw the growth and say, yes, I'm going to agree to this and let Eesah do it because he saw the growth.
I've seen lots of videos and photos from the tour, but they don't tell the whole story. Talk me through the experience from the show in Trinidad to Grenada and the 2 dates in Jamaica.
Yes, man, it was just massive because like, that was a massive experience for me also too, you know, to know that I really have to put all my focus in the message I'm putting out, you know, because like, I see the effect that reggae music has on people's life, you know. So like, I have to push harder than I think I am going right now to really get to these people and let them feel what I'm singing about and try and experience what I'm singing about also, because it's just life, you know. And it was just an eye-opening opportunity for me to know that there is much more to life than even I limit myself to, you know, because we're not saying we don't have limits in life, because we never try to push ourselves over the limit. You know, we know our limits, so we know when to stop and when to go. So like, that is an experience that showed me a lot on the road and how to operate on the road and operate around people from different places, you know. So like, Trinidad was a massive show, and just to be on the stage with Chronixx at that moment and see how people really appreciate reggae music, it was a real experience that every youth should experience in their lifetime. You know, try and go out there for what they really want in life. Same thing with Grenada. Grenada was a massive experience for me too. You know, to see how people in Grenada really appreciate reggae music. You know, outside of Jamaica, just they appreciate reggae music so much like you wouldn't believe. You know, and that opened my eyes to know that, yo, you have to do good music and you have to stand for who you are and what you do.
And then coming back to Jamaica, 2 shows, 2 nights running, Kingston and then Montego Bay.
Yes, man, that was a massive experience again, man, because that's the biggest show I ever do in Kingston, in Jamaica, you know. Those are the 2 biggest shows I ever do in Jamaica. Always the like, probably 100, 200 or 300 people in a venue, you know. And like, Mass Camp, I performed for like 4,500 or more. You know, so that was a great time spent. The people really appreciate the music, so I really get that next drive to a next level right now to boost the career, you know. It's like Montego Bay also was a great experience again. The people love and appreciate music for what it is, and once you come with a good message forward, like, people will always love and respect you for that, and that was one thing I bring to the tour show, something that people can really go home and hold on to at the end of the night, and say, yo, I really learned something from this young youth, whether they are a teenager, an adult, or they're a parent, like, I really try and reach out to as much of them as I can to really teach them what I've experienced in life, teach them more about life, teach them more about themselves. So I really give thanks for that opportunity to be a part of the Chronology Tour Caribbean,
If we can go back a few years, I believe your first experience in the music business came under the tutelage of the late J.O.E. Jahova Evil. How did you and him initially meet?
Yeah, actually, I grew up in Vineyard Town, So, like, my brethren, John, I had a studio on First Avenue. So I always go up by the studio, and there I find the passion for music and the love for music. John, I, with an open arm, welcomed me in his place and gave me a studio to use. And there the career start and beginning on. In 2010, I met Chronixx through a next friend, Romain, that's Teflon from Zing Fence. Teflon also grew up in Vineyard Town, same community as I. So I know Teflon for a while now. And that was how I introduced to Chronixx through Teflon. So, while working at the Jahova Evil place, Chronixx came and doing some work, and I saw this youth just love the music as much as I do. So I put out as much effort as I can to help him. And that is how I start recording his songs. Like all his songs on Hooked on Chronixx, the first EP. I record all of those songs, and some more songs. But yeah, that is how I really meet Chronixx at Jahova Evil, by doing engineer work, and he let me do work for him also.
So just to clear it up for people who aren't familiar with your story, you were an engineer first. You were engineering sessions for other artists.
Yeah. That was one of the first thing I really put my time into. I know that I could sing, but I never liked to sing as much as I like to do engineering, because I saw it as something more creative. Because like you sitting there and have to be taking all those vocals and then making the vocals sound rich and nice. I just saw it as something creative and something attractive, but a good friend of mine bring it to my attention, say, yo, you need to start sing because you have a nice voice. So you need to start sing. That was Little Joe, same Jahova Evil, So he said, you need to start singing your own songs now, you have a voice. He heard me sing one day and said, yo, your body now youth. Why not write and start singing your own songs? So that is how I started to focus on the music side of getting creative with writing and building songs and instrumentals,
So what year was it when you recorded your first track, and what was the name of that track?
It was always about weed with me from a young age, I don't know why I was so attracted to weed. So always singing about weed. So like my first song was a song called Red, Purple, Green and Yellow. I was singing about all different color weed. So that song was called Red, Purple, Green and Yellow. And that song was recorded in 2008. Yeah. And then in 2009, I did the next track called Smoking Weed All Day. And in 2010 I did my EP called Cannabis. And then move on, I did the next EP called Believe in Love, Chronixx was also featured on the Cannabis EP. He gave me that strength to put a verse on it. That's the same verse we remixed back on Roots and Chalice. It was on an EP I did before. you know.
And if people go and look online, there's actually some footage of around the time when you put out that EP, correct?
Yes, definitely.
And it's good to go back and look at that now. Not that long ago, really, but a lot's changed.
Yes, trust me, a lot changed, you know. Because as a young youth, we always just focus on school and things. So I never have as much time to really go to the studio. Really, when I out school 2008. I'm a young youth, you know. Yes, so that was the time I get to exploring music when I out school.
And this was before you were using the name Eesah, which I believe was given to you by your peers. Who was the first person to call you Eesah?
Well, you know, the name Eesah was just friends. It's not a birth name. My birth name is Akeem, you know. But like growing up in the country and growing up in Kingston, I always go to the country and come back to Kingston speaking like a real countryman. You know, if you know what I mean. Like youths in the country, they don't speak as you would say English, proper English or whatever. You know, them speak more deep Jamaican patois, yardman thing. Wagwan, you good? Yeah. You good, sir? Wagwan, sir? Oh, everything today, sir? So, I saw them really talk. So, me coming back to Kingston talking like that, now, all of my friends must say, talk like a countryman, so. You know, say Eesah you have a name. So, that was how the name Eesah stuck to life, you know? Until later, about 2013, I did a song with Silky Wanda, and Silky Wanda said Eesah in it. And Chronixx heard the song and said, yo, I tell you a long time if you name Eesah, you know, and the whole story came back up why I should name Eesah, you know, and I did name Jackie before. So I did like a Google search and I found a bunch of Jackie on the internet, so I came to a final decision and said, okay then. I want to name Eesah now because you have too much Jackie out there, and Eesah is something different. It's most people think it's from the Bible, but it's not, you know. It's more a Jamaican lingua foundation in Jamaica, where we speak like that in Jamaica. So we are trying to showcase Jamaica culture as much as we can.
As you mentioned earlier, you and Chronixx teamed up for Perfect Tree, one of the songs included on Roots and Chalice. Did you notice an increase in your fan base after the release of this mixtape? Because I remember around the time it dropped, hearing quite a few people say, this guy on Perfect Tree with Chronixx, he's got some serious bars.
Yes, man, like, we went in on that song, you know, like, deep. And like, it's always a good song, and I think that is the reason why Chronixx decided to bring back the verse on the Roots and Chalice, because he was doing a version of the song by himself where he sang his verse, and he was like, you know, I need to put Eesah on this song, and he linked me and said, yo, we need you to come link me, you know. And like when I went by his house, he let me hear the song, and I was like, yo, we need you to drop back your cannabis verse man, this, let me hear it. And I was like, cannabis. And then I say, yo, nobody sing no more, go in at the booth. You know, so it was a very excited moment recreating that song, or recreating the next version of the song. You know, it was very excited at the moment to do over about that song, because the rhythm it was on and the attack that I put on the verse, you know, it was different from the first version. Even if you listen to the first version, it have a more hardcore flow now, you know, and that is how we really come in play to reproduce the song.
Something else we touched on earlier, one of the singles you released this year, Tell No Lie. There's an explanation for the track on your SoundCloud page, which I recommend people check out. But for those who haven't heard it, can you explain the idea behind the whole track and what prompted you to write it?
Yes, we tell you, we're trying to showcase Jamaican culture and the way Jamaican people think and live, and most of them approach life, you know. So the song is really a riddle, you know, because if you see them in the chorus, you hear them said, the one who feels is the one who knows. You know, like a man will never experience pain before can tell a man about pain that experience it. You know, a man will feel pain, know about pain and what pain do. You know, and in the verse now where I'm saying the donkey cry a tear but the monkey tell no lie. You know, like, people will always come up to you and be like, oh, me need you to do something, you know, and you do it and them come again, me need you to do something, but like the one day where you tell them say you're tired and you cry, say you're tired, them beat you or them bully you for climb the hill same way. You know, so that is why I say, oh, the donkey cry a tear. No one see when the donkey cry, but they still work the donkey. Because, you know, them say you can bring a donkey to the river, but you can't force him to drink water. You know, the master always beat him to drink the water, but him not go drink the water. So that is what I basically saying when I say the donkey cry a tear. And when I said the monkey tell no lie, it's like me going to a dumb man and asking him where someone go, and he be like, me no know, but me can't understand him because me no hear what him say and me no understand sign language. You know, so like me can't understand what this blind man I try tell me say where him go, so me end up and go the wrong way now. Me can't blame the dumb man for go the wrong way. Him never tell me a lie. That is why I say the monkey tell no lie. You know, and like the parrot thing now, like in Jamaica now, you have a thing now where they say people tend to talk like parrot. You know, like a parrot always chirping. So they say people talk like parrot. When they say talk like parrot now, they must say you chat too much. They talk too much. You know, so that is how I said now, the parrot will always talk when they juke him in his eye. So even if the parrot is blind, you will always hear the parrot make a song. You know, so like a man who loves to talk, he will always be making a song. So that is why I said the parrot loves to talk. When they blind him. Yes, so it's a lot behind that song, you know. So much behind the song. Like, you see a sleeping lion and wake him. Why you wake a sleeping lion? And you know what a lion is capable of. You don't know if the lion is hungry at the moment. You don't know if the lion is hungry at the moment. Why he's sleeping. And then you go wake him in that state. He will hurt you because he might go try and defend himself. You know, so that is why we say don't wake a sleeping lion, because he's a very aggressive animal.
As you say, there is a lot in that track. How long did it take you to write it?
It took me like an hour to write that song. Yeah, about an hour. Because most of the stuff I'm saying, it's real. You know, it's life. But in ways people would never think about it, or ways people would never put it. You know, and as I said, I grew up in the country, so some little riddles like that, I know them back and front, you know, so like it was easy for me to write those songs because I grew up with my grandparents and I grew up with my aunties, so talk like those, they used to kill me with every day, you know, so I have them in the back of my head just waiting to come out, you know.
What is the plan for 2018 in terms of releasing material? Will it be more singles or will you be releasing a larger body of work?
Plans for 2018 is just greatness. You know, we're just trying to do more quality work, you know, and more constructive work. We're trying to get as much traction towards the music as possible. You know, we're still going to be releasing singles, but I will definitely be in the studio working on a project. Don't sure when it will be finished or when it will be released, but we definitely will be in the studio working.
I believe you have a show coming up in February in Kingston too.
Yeah, we're planning a show for February in Reggae Month. You know, last year, it's this year. The year don't finish as yet. You know, this year February, we did one, on the 10th of February. It was a great show also. You know, we get a great turnout, like with all the media personnel from different countries came out. You know, we get a different crowd. So we decided to do a next version but bigger. You know, we haven't planned a date as yet, but we know we're going to do it in February. We haven't seek a venue as yet, but the show must go on. You know, it won't stop. Yeah.
Before we finish, is there anything else you'd like to mention or anyone that you want to big up?
Because, you know, say, we always do it for the love, you know? So, like, we have to just tell everybody right now to love themselves, appreciate everyone around them who really take that time out to give them that time of day, that moment they took to really help. You know, you have to appreciate them for that. So I want to tell everyone right now, just go and love themselves. Continue to support Eesah Music. Go and check it out. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Or you can go eesahmusic.com and follow the thing and keep supporting reggae music, because it's the way out right now, you know. It's the way out to save we as human. You know, it's the way of life right now. Reggae music is the only music teaching youths right now how to live, how to uplift themselves, you know, how to eat right, what to accept and what not to accept. You know, so like, every youth right now that tells feed their mind with good things, you know, bring out a good spirit among people, don't bring a bad spirit amongst people. You know, always be in that moment where it's always good vibe. Yeah.
Eesah, thanks a lot for taking time to chat. I wish you continued success and look forward to seeing what the future holds in store for you.
Yes, man, give us, as I said, it's greatness, man. Give thanks again every time, man. Big up yourself, England massive, you don't know, Gibbo representing. Cause we go can cannabis. And if you know the money, then I can't get none of this out there. I said the donkey cry yet you about the monkey tell no lie. The pop rat always talk when you joke him in the eye, hoy. So why them sit the lion and break him? Only I that would shake him. Gibbo me say, some boy make hypeness take over them. I chew them the nose, every bun boss a friend. Gibbo start the bands, make we run over them. No, boy, go make we run over them. Yeah, man, and me I said the man called Eesah representing for Gibbo Presents out there.
Gibbo presents.